Hello friends, Coast Chris here. Hope you had a great day and thanks for stopping by the channel. So today I wanted to talk to you about an incredibly important subject when it comes to your enjoyment of the outdoors, and that is your footwear. So specifically boots. Now, boots come in all shapes and sizes, and the example that I have here, these are my Vasque St. Elias boots. I've had them for over 10 years. And they're fantastic. If you stop the video here and just go out and buy some Vasque St. Elias boots, you'll be good to go. Honestly, they have served me well. I've hiked in the Canadian Rockies with these up in Banff and Jasper and Yoho. I've hiked in the American Rockies at Yellowstone and out in Montana. I've hiked on the West Coast out near San Diego. I've hiked down in Mexico with these, down in the Yucatan Peninsula. I've hiked the Appalachian Trail out on the North Carolina-Tennessee border in these, up near Hot Springs, North Carolina. Just everywhere, and I primarily take them out. They're my everyday boot in Wisconsin winters. I pretty much don't wear any tennis shoes. You can't wear anything less than a boot in the winters up here in the North Woods, especially. So Vasque, I'm a fanboy of Vasque. I could talk to you all day about them. These are really my second boot that I've ever had. 10 years ago, I was 18 and I got these. And before that, I had another pair of Vasque boots that I had during my career as a, if you can call it that, as a Boy Scout. And I took those Vasque boots out to Philmont and up to the northern boundary waters, and those served me well also. So Vasque makes a fantastic product, V-A-S-Q-U-E, Vasque. Their brand here, you can see it's this V right there, that brand right there. It's this V inside of like a little mountain is what it looks like. They make fantastic products. They stand by their products and give you a nice guarantee, and I love companies that stand by their product, and you can rest assured that they're going to help you because they value you as a customer. So boots come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and a lot of people like what is kind of this like shoe boot thing. And I totally get it, especially if you're in a warmer climate or if it's a warmer time of year. I mean, it gets into the hundreds here, even up in Wisconsin. Those are great, but if you are looking for one boot only, get a medium height boot. So boots, they really are determined by how high up your leg they're gonna go. Now, these Vasque St. Elias, they're about $200 at REI and a little less, like $10 less at Cabela's, and it's so worth it. Like I said, I've had them for 10 years. I just actually washed these because they were a little bit muddy, and they're good to go. It's made with genuine leather and just really rugged construction. You can see I've worn the tread down on the bottom here. I need to get that retreaded. But you can get this repaired and retread, and anywhere that sells it, like REI or Cabela's, should be able to do that for you. Also, Vasque can help you do that. If they are damaged, they have a good warranty program. So some features that I really like about these in particular before I get into some boots overall. So what I love about them is that they are, again, a rugged, but I think like an elegantly rugged construction. So it's just this classic leather, and then on places where you're going to be rubbing up against a little bit more. So right here, where your ankle would be, they have this sort of this cushion built in right there. Just genius to think about that. Things like, where's their ankle going to be? That's often a weak point and a point of soreness on hikers, and so they put a cushion there. Also, the back of your heel is cushioned as well. It has this nice cushion all the way around the back. talking about the back. So you don't really need a boot that goes all the way around at the same level, because then right here, you see how they cut that away? That's where you're gonna get a lot of sores, but they cut that away because where you really want the support is on the sides, and you want the back of your foot and your heel and your ankle to be able to move a little bit and not meet as much resistance. And so this design right here, this cutaway that you can see, is really well designed. I love that feature in it. And also the tongue here, that's where I used to get, in Boy Scouts, I used to get blisters on my previous pair of boots a lot because I didn't have a cushion there. So the entire circumference of the top of your foot is cushioned. It's so well designed. Also, what I liked about it going inside the boot here, it used to have a really nice insert, and I wore through that. So what I was able to find is just some aftermarket inserts, and I'm starting to wear through these, but I cut them to size and fit them in there, and then the boot is good as new. You can keep walking and you're fine. These are like $10, and you save money from having to buy a whole new boot. Also, these are not the original laces. I wore through those, and the reason why I'm emphasizing that I'm wearing through parts of this is because you don't have to get a whole new boot. And it speaks to the quality of the boot itself and to the company Vasque that stands by their product, that, you know, those weak points on it, the sole insert, and then or not the sole insert, but the insert inside the boot wore out, but the boot itself didn't wear out. The laces wore out before the boot did. These little grommeted on lace holders here, they're still fine. They're perfect. And that's another feature that I actually really like about it, is that it has these three that go all the way up. Now, most boots will have that, especially if you have, medium length boots. If you have the short ones, which we'll talk about in a sec, those might not go all the way up because they're not really meant to. But I love this top one here. Now, most of the time, I'll just do this first and second layer. But if I'm really in, some sketchy, terrain, I'll do this third one up, and it's comfortable because, again, right at that third level there, you're surrounded by a cushion. And so you're not putting undue pressure on the top of your foot, rubbing just against the leather. So Vasque makes great boots. Bates also makes great boots. Now, those are my combat boots that I wear in the Coast Guard are Bates. And if you are going to get a high top boot, definitely look at Bates, because they make a lot of boots for the military, and they really know what they're doing. So the three different kinds of boots that you're going to encounter most are going to be the low top. They even look like they're running shoes or shoes, but they have a little bit more substantial and rugged construction, and usually a little bit more treading on the bottom than a tennis shoe is going to have. And they're designed for hiking. They're hiking shoes, and I consider that an entry-level hiking boot as well. Then you're going to have these medium height boots, which I think you should just go for one of these. There's ones that are a little bit more breathable than this one. I wanted something that was more leather, just for the ruggedness of the construction and the durability of it. A lot of times that sort of mesh, as I'm sure you've seen on your tennis shoes, that's the weak point on a boot or shoe, anywhere that mesh. So I wanted a boot that didn't have any of that. And a plus side to that is because I live in a colder environment, I don't have to worry about my shoe or my boot being too breathable and letting that cold air in. This is pretty much all genuine leather, and so it's gonna keep my foot warmer than if it had all those breathable air vents taking my heat away. That's really the positive of those hiking shoes, is that a lot of times there'll be more vents than a shoe. You're really just wearing something with some tread and then vents all along it. But I like the medium height boots, proper boots, because if I am going to be hiking, I'm probably not going to be on, you know, the most even terrain. And I can't tell you how many times I've, you know, needed to have a boot laced up all the way, and it prevents me from having a sprained ankle. So if you're going to hike, get a boot. I would say don't get those hiking shoes. Either wear your, you know, tennis shoes or something if you want. But if you're gonna hike, make sure to get something that's made to hike and protect you when you're hiking. And again, if you get a medium-sized boot, you don't need a high-top boot, which is that third category, and they go up like there. You don't need that. It's not gonna afford you any additional protection any more than a medium-sized boot will. And you know, it's gonna be more of a hassle because you gotta lace it up all the way. You know, unless you need it for the military, or yes, you are going and you know, gonna be exposed to some shale or some really rugged terrain. Yeah, so you know, maybe I misspoke before. It's gonna offer you a little bit more protection by being a higher boot, but you know, unless you really need that protection and you're willing to sacrifice comfort for that protection, a medium-sized boot is really going to be all that you need pretty much ever. And that's why it fits in that sweet spot of, in my opinion, the kind of useless hiking shoes. Other than, you know, if you're in a really hot environment and you don't want to strangle your foot, they fit this nice sweet spot in between those and then your really uncomfortable high top boots, unless you get really good quality high top boots. So that's what I wanted to say about boots. I highly encourage that if you're gonna get one piece of expensive gear in your hiking kit, in your outdoor system, to help you enjoy the outdoors more, get yourself a really nice pair of medium height top boots, medium height. That's really going to be golden. It's going to enable you to enjoy so many more terrains than you would with either your uncomfortable high top boots or your less effective hiking shoes. Definitely look for ones that have that can lace up all the way to the top and really give you maximum protection without sacrificing the comfort that you'll want, because like any gear we talk about on Coasty, if you're not going to use it, there's no point in having it, and you're going to want something that's comfortable and usable. So I highly recommend Vasque or Bates. Those are two great brands, and especially the St. Elias Vasque boot here. It's fantastic. It's all you're going to need in a boot, and hope you found this interesting, and hope you all have a great day. Stay safe. Enjoy the outdoors, and Coasty Chris out.